Giving a candy cane is just one way people spread cheer throughout the holidays. But in this case, it's not about the candy, but what's attached to it. Call the Dusablin family Santa's helpers.
Merry Christmas.
Candy cane bombing, as the little ones like to say, and spreading goodwill. Not what shoppers leaving the grocery store expect, but perhaps what they need.
Merry Christmas.
I want to show you.
A sweet treat with an even sweeter note attached.
In memory of Olivia Grace. Oh, that's a beautiful name.
So this is a little card that just explains about what we're doing in honor of her.
I've lost a child too, so I know what you're going to do.
An act of kindness card in memory of Olivia Grace Dusablin.
One time last year we gave it to someone. They were in the car and they didn't see us, and then they looked what was on their windshield and...
Now, did they smile? Or were they like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they smiled.
Bringing those smiles and so many tears.
God bless you. God bless you. Merry Christmas.
Parents who can relate to the pain of losing a child.
Yeah, well, my son was 16, and 18 years later, we lost the other one.
Olivia taking her last breath Christmas Eve 4 years ago.
It was just a sudden fever, which sent her to the hospital, and ultimately it caused her to go brain dead.
Family still not knowing why, just remembering their little girl.
She was spunky, loud, like the rest of them.
Building a castle for Olivia at Mount Joy Cemetery and dedicating all of December and the first 5 days of January to doing good deeds in her name, hoping others pay it forward just the same. And they have. 1,500 people connecting online after receiving an Acts of Kindness card, sharing the good they've done. Dollars left in library books, quarters placed on toy machines, snacks and water left out for delivery drivers. Countless stories of thoughtfulness that make a person stay.
So just, there to let people feel better,
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good. It helps too, I think, with the whole healing. I think it's helped me a lot. Watching people get so excited over Olivia, because that's who she was.
If you'd like to hear how else the family is continuing to honor Olivia, just head on over to our website, fox43.com. As for me, well, it's only right I continue to pay it forward. In Mount Joy, Lancaster County, Grace Griffaton, Fox 43 News. That's the sound of love packed snugly into a box.
We try to fit about 10 stockings in a box.
Care packages that will soon be shipped to servicemen and women overseas and at the border.
And I think it's really important because they're sacrificing their holidays with their families.
Volunteers with the nonprofit organization for the love of a veteran, taking time from their day to fill box after box with homemade cards and goodies. Each a small reminder from your county.
So this is just like maybe will make them think of like when they were little at home and getting a stocking on Christmas.
They're packing, chips or certain, snacks.
Comforts servicemen and women like Sergeant Major Carrie Fiatkowski won't always have. Fiatkowski spent 18 months deployed, bouncing between Kuwait and Iraq.
I got packages from my family all the time. This is a package from people that I don't know, people that don't know me, strangers sending you stuff, and it just makes you feel, that you now have this extended family.
Sending the same packages she once received to soldiers like Sergeant Mark Bauer Jr., currently deployed in Germany.
There's times when he's out on the field and they come back and chow hall's closed. So he turns to this box to get his snacks and whatever we have in here for his meal.
A box that meant so much to Sergeant Bauer and his family. His parents also became volunteers.
So when he got his first box, he was a mess because it was a piece of home that came to him from strangers that he didn't even know.
And it's volunteers with organizations like For the Love of a Veteran who adopt servicemen and women overseas, complete strangers at the time, sending them packages. And if they're lucky enough, they might just get to meet in person and work towards the same mission. In Hanover, York County, Grace Griffaton, Fox 43 News.
They're so tiny and delicate, but they mean so much. And it's very calming.
Tiny creatures with a big purpose.
You get caught up in so much junk throughout the day and get your head around so much garbage that it's not important. And then when you come home and just have these gentle little butterflies, it kind of centers me.
Each time a monarch butterfly flutters its wings, it's helping Holly Seelig heal.
I still pick up my phone like I'm going to call her sometime, and then it just hits you like a ton of bricks.
Raising hundreds of monarchs out back her Adams County home since the sudden passing of her mother, diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015 and just 1 month later, gone.
She is my best friend.
Soon after, though, a sign at her mother's funeral, a butterfly.
And just, stuck my hand out thinking it's going to fly away, and it crawled onto my finger, and I just kind of did one of those things where, I turned around, looked at everybody, I'm like, are you guys seeing this?
A hello from above that's stuck with Holly ever since.
When you're dealing with something so hard as that, and you get that kind of a sign, it calms you, and in that moment, I knew things were okay.
Now, Holly and her daughter, Zoe, bond while searching for caterpillars among the milkweed.
This is usually the spot where we find most of them.
Keeping the caterpillars safe at their Monarch Way station until it's time to transform into a chrysalis before metamorphosis is complete and a butterfly emerges. Each butterfly, a reminder of Mom.
I wish I could talk to her so much, even just for 5 minutes right now about all this going on, to just say, Mom, you started this. I wish I could hear her and see what she thinks.
This is Ava Seiler Fink. She's the newest member of the Fink family. She came roaring into the world on Tuesday.
Weighing 7 pounds, 12 ounces, the Fink sweet baby girl came into the world a few days early and with quite a bang.
Very big bang. And very quickly.
Mama sounded like a death metal singer.
Mama on baby number 2 and feeling contractions which only intensified with every hour. Ashley and Jonathan hopping in their car and heading towards Route 30 to get to the hospital.
I was on my knees hugging the headrest of the seat of the car because I couldn't sit.
Things really escalating along Cool Springs Road after Ashley's water broke.
She was like, baby, oh my God, I can feel her head. And she said, baby, she's coming now.
Ashley's nursing experience coming handy and instincts quickly kicking in.
She just reached down and she had it under control. Yep.
My initial reaction was to make sure that her airway was clear, there was no cord around her neck, and to get her warm.
The story not ending quite yet. Wrightsville volunteer firefighters called from another emergency to help, but not prepared for the situation at hand.
And we're in a suppression engine. We have first aid bags, that's it. Nothing that would be geared towards a delivery.
Luckily for them, Mom already had that part handled.
Look in the car, and sure enough, the kid was in the mom's arms. Umbilical cord's still there, and baby was crying. I said, is it a boy or a girl? And she said, it's a girl. I said, congratulations. So, the guys, they were all, grabbing the kid up in blankets and stuff, and one of the guys cut the cord.
An amazing journey into the world. Ava's parents say they'll never forget.
But that was probably the most amazing thing that I've seen her do. Just took my breath away.
In East Manchester Township, York County, Grace Griffaton, Fox 43 News.
A man in York County has a special appreciation for firefighting, and now he's hoping to use that admiration to connect with all first responders across South Central Pennsylvania. Fox 43's Grace Griffaton joins us now with more.
Stephen Smith says he can't physically save lives, so he has a request for those people who can. As you step inside Stephen Smith's room at the Margaret E. Mal home in York County, you're greeted with badges, helmets, and photos, each a reminder of Stephen's first love.
Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to help people.
Childhood dreams of one day becoming a firefighter.
While other people are running out screaming, we're remaining calm and running in after them and trying to save their life, their pets' lives and stuff like that.
Scanners keep Stephen in the know.
I don't mind hearing the radio all day, but I would rather be out there in the field helping people.
But right now, Stephen's limited to his wheelchair.
Since I'm physically disabled, I have cerebral palsy, so I am unable to physically do this.
Instead considered an honorary firefighter, a tattoo keeping those 2 stations close to heart.
Station 23, which is in Manchester, and 1 number's for Exeter Township, which is where I'm originally from.
For the past 10 years, though, this care facility has been Stephen's home. Wanting to feel a connection with heroes in this community, Stephen shared a post online asking for one thing: more of their shirts.
If I get 100 million shirts, technically that is not my problem. That is housekeeping and laundry's problem. Because I don't do laundry, so...
All jokes aside, Stephen appreciates the support he's received since the post.
It's amazing to me to realize, even though I'm in a chair and physically disabled, how kind the world is really out there.
Shiloh Fire Company in West Manchester Township wanting to show Stephen a little more of that kindness. The chief inviting us for a tour before this.
So I hear you've been collecting t-shirts.
Yeah.
A smile that could brighten any room, and Stephen sending a parting message to all those strangers who've reached out.
I don't even know you, but thank you very much.
Although Stephen's first love is firefighting, he says he'd also take shirts from police, EMS, and other first responders. For where you can send those shirts, head on over to our website, fox43.com.
How you like that? I thought so.
It's a bond most people will not understand.
Tickling you, huh?
A little tough love between a Newberry Township man and his reptile. But make no mistake, this alligator isn't Joey Henny's pet.
He's not allowed to be my pet no more because he is my licensed emotional support animal.
Henny even has the card to prove it, saying Wally helps battle his depression.
He's affectionate, he's loving. He loves to cuddle. He loves giving hugs.
He apparently even loves cozying up next to complete strangers. Henny has given Wally a home, with his very own pond and even the company of 2 other alligators that the family rescued.
They're just like our dogs, pretty much.
At first I thought it was crazy, and then I warmed up to it because being with him, you realize there are a lot of other wild animals, and he's the craziest one of the wild animals.
At 3.5 years old, Wally weighs about 60 pounds, but he'll grow to be much larger.
He's huge. He is very...
He looks like he's almost as tall as you.
Oh my gosh, he is.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
You're an inch taller.
Even though he's a certified emotional support animal, Henny doesn't bring Wally everywhere. Like restaurants, knowing his size might not be welcomed at the dinner table. But in other places, Henny says his Walligator is greeted with open arms.
Lowe's, there's quite a few in there that they get to hold him and stuff, and then they get in trouble with their boss. Yeah, you're supposed to be working, not playing with gators.
Swearing Wally wouldn't hurt a fly. Okay, maybe a fly, but not a person.
Lions and tigers and bears are... Alligators is really different than that. Alligators are very mild. They don't like biting people.
In fact, Henny says he's learning how much people benefit from having an alligator around.
We're getting letters from autistic children, from people with anxiety that have been around alligators. Yes, it works. It helped us.
And this gator won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
All right.
In Newberry Township, York County, Grace Griffaton, Fox 43 News.
These are black stripes or invasion stripes, so they knew whose airplanes were.
Lawrence Bolin, better known by friends as Gumpy, says he doesn't sleep much these days. Instead, you can find him sitting at his kitchen table in McSherrystown, telling war stories through his artwork.
I can't do hardly anything else, and I can't sit still. I gotta do something.
Painting is how Gumpy says he keeps his mind right.
I want to try to keep going as long as I can. I don't want to be a vegetable or be a burden to anybody. That's one thing I don't want to be.
He's a 95-year-old World War II veteran, a war he wishes more people knew about.
There's young people say that it never happened. Well, they don't want to come to me and tell me that because I was there.
But he doesn't just document his memories. He gives them away.
He does his paintings and drawings to let me use his gifts.
Painting every Monday for his friend's nonprofit.
If he doesn't have anything to paint, I say paint planes, right?
And she's pushing.
Gifts for fellow servicemen and women.
That's all I ask for, as long as they appreciate it.
And a reason to keep on keeping on.
It helps me to, I guess, to keep going.